Hi there folks, this is just a quick video. This is not finished before everyone starts to criticise it. Basically, this is the Svord Peasant Mini, and the handles, I think, are atrocious and just too small. Look, it's like for baby hands or something. So what I've done is I've got some birch ply, and now I've done this without buying any materials. I've just used bits of scrap in the garage with hardly any power tools, just to show people out there you can do it without all these power tools. You don't need it all. It's just a bit more tedious and it's a bit more fun as well, to be honest. So all I've done is I've got some birch ply and I've delaminated it. Now I've done that by tipping it on its side like this and putting a screwdriver, a normal screwdriver, down it, splitting it and then bolstering it so that it brings it off evenly. And I've made a couple of sheets and then I've cut them. Now I've just roughly cut them with a hand jigsaw, which quite a lot of people have in the garages and sheds. And then I've got a sanding block. So I've got my sandpaper, different varieties, some coarse, and I've wrapped it around a block of pine board and then used it as a sanding block. And basically, as I've started crudely shaping it, it's not done. So what I need to do now is I'm going to get a Dremel tool on it and I'm going to custom fit this to my hand. Now on the inside of these knives, they're very simple. You've basically got some bolt screws here and they go in, I believe, with a 5mm drill bit. So you whack your 5mm drill through here and then you can sink them in. I've just used a 10mm drill bit to sink them in. Now this one's set deeper because I'm going to taper this down, but you can do them evenly if you was to use a pillar drill because you just set the depth, or if you use a battery drill, which I used, you mark it off with masking tape and then that is a good depth guide. So I've set it in and put it together. Now other than the two bolts here, there's a stop pin in here. You'll be able to see it, there you are. So what you do is once you put these in, you set your blade how you like it, you open it up, and then you draw a line around it all, and in the corner here, roughly about here, I'll show you on the blade, it goes into like a little corner, like a little 90-degree angle, and that's where you put your stop pin on here where you're happy with it. And I think that's, it's a couple of mil drill bit, but basically, you hold the brass pin next to your drill bits until you find the right one. It's not rocket science, and that's what I've done for all of this really. Just chose what appropriate drill bits I've had, used it just with a battery drill. If you've got a pillar drill, that's better, because like I said, you can set the depths, so that'd be perfect then. But if you have got a belt sander, I do not yet, I'm going to buy one, but if you have got a belt sander, you can literally avoid delaminating all this and just hold it straight on, and obviously it's going to be the right size in no time. But to avoid that, because I don't have that many tools, I've delaminated it as I previously mentioned and then just rubbed it on a sanding block to bring it so it doesn't hurt my hands just while I'm bringing it to the next process. The next process is Dremel shaping, so I'm just going to use a simple Dremel tool. They're about £30–40 sterling, $50. I've just got a Von House one, but you could use a Dremel tool, whichever. Or if you've got pneumatics, you could use a pneumatic one on an airline, but I haven't, so I've just used what I've got. So then I'll just shape it all next. So I'm going to do a part 2 to this if anyone's interested, and then show you the finale. But the finale will be just shaping. I'm going to bring this in here so obviously it's nice and tapered like that. And then it's going to, I think it's called a beaver tail. It's going to beaver tail down here. That's why I've sunk these in deep a lot. And then I'm going to finish it with, I think, a salad lin stain, followed by some lacquer. That'll seal it all so it doesn't delaminate. Now you could use, there's so many oils out there, tung oil, gosh, there's like, people will be putting that in the comments, I'm pretty sure, but there's loads you can use. So here's just a progress Thanks for your time, guys. Oh. And goodbye.